So much
Yeah.
better. I was about to end the show already. You just made it in time. Last couple of minutes of the program. Welcome to the show, Jason. How can I help you today?
So- yeah. What was I saying? I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Wh-
You're going to the theme parks for selfish reasons because you want to make memories for yourself.
Yeah, with my kids, man. Well, no, it's not doing it for selfish. Doing it to make memories. Really, it's for them as well. But a part of it is also for selfish reasons. You know.
Mm.
But um, now my point is make the most out of it and enjoy everything while you can because your kids are young and they grow up fast. You
That's what
know.
we always worry about as parents, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
as limited as my capacity to be a parent right now, that's what we always worried about. That am I giving enough? Am I exposing them to enough? To enough so that when they get out there, they're going to be well equipped. It's kind of like saying, like here, pack
Yeah.
everything, bring everything with you because you might need it on your journey. you know,
Exactly, but unfortunately, kids nowadays they just don't see it that way. No matter how young they are right now, it seems like the younger generation always thinks like they know everything.
of course.
It's
But
driving me crazy.
that's what's going to get them to move forward, though. The whole idea that they are stubborn enough to believe that they can actually do it. And then when they realize
Right.
how stupid they are in the middle of it, they'll start looking through the backpack and all these memories, past, present, future, whatever. They'll rummage
Hmm.
through the backpack that we put together for them, and they're like, "Here, get some floss." You don't think that you're gonna need the floss, but when you need it, you're gonna need it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So it's
You,
one of those things.
I think my biggest worry really, especially with like I said, with our kids. Same thing with you, with your kids. With them having everything easily available to them, information specifically,
Mm.
they're lacking actual experience already. Do you know what I
That's right.
mean?
I think what you're frustrated about is that they're not thirsty for experience, that they're not
Exactly. That's a good way of
wanting
putting
for
it.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I already know that. I'm like type
Yeah.
of thing,
Or
you know.
or or that they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, that is well put. They're not thirsty for information or experiences because they already know what, or they think they know, or they don't know what they don't know. That
Yeah,
makes
because I'm too busy building my Minecraft island. you know?
it's driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. Yeah. And it's sad, really. It's hard to get a genuine reaction to kids because they think they know everything already. Even the emotion is like automatically there.
I heard somewhere that the best way to really do it is just to show by example that you yourself are, like, let's say, looking for experiences, and
Right.
then you want to come, fine. If you don't want to come, well, at least I gave you an idea of what it's like.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that's the problem though. Most of these kids don't want to come or even try to participate. So what? Now you're going
Right.
to end up looking like you're forcing it?
Because you have those expectations. What I'm saying is you just do your thing without forcing them, but at least the doors are open. Okay, let's name drop it again. Dagon, right?
Okay.
Millennial Legend.
Wow.
He
Okay.
he 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 mentioned his thing about his situation with his kid and that kind of thing. But he's showing that you live life to the fullest, even with or without that, your kid with you or in the picture, because he's trying to show, and I'm speaking for myself here, not his words, but mine. But the
Mhm.
way I interpret
Mhm.
that, if I was his kid, is that, hey, you keep living your life and keep doing what you need to do, and not be, you know, sitting around being depressed about the whole, domestic situations that you might have at home. So what I'm saying is, just
Yeah.
going back to your situation, sorry about name dropping Dagan again, but the whole idea is that you just live by example, and then if at least they have some sort of reference to think about, if they do want to think about, like, switching their life around a little bit. But yeah,
What's
they're going to
your
be
what's
they're
your
going to do
biggest
their own thing.
gripe? or disappointment in regards to how your son treats or communicates with you?
Oh, with me? Same
Yeah.
same with you, that I'm basically being, I think the word that you're probably looking for is I don't know if it's word undermined, pero sa Tagalog yung binabaliwala.
Oh,
There's two different meanings. I don't I mean undermined as a different
oh,
meaning, but more baliwala in, how do you say baliwala in English? That you're being
like brushed off,
yeah, like
maybe.
yeah, dad, I know what you're talking about. Never
Exactly.
mind.
Is it the know-it-all attitude or mentality that
Yeah,
happens
but
with these generations nowadays?
weren't we like that when we were in their generation? I mean that age group? Weren't
I
you like that?
wasn't, to be honest with you. No.
Like your parents were always saying something and then you were like, "Yeah, mom, yeah, dad, alam ko na, I know what you're talking about."
No, to be honest with you, I wasn't because I was always curious. Like for example, I watched my grandfather literally build a fence in the house, right?
Mm,
By that, I actually went up and tried to help him so I can learn to do it.
mm.
Because I was curious. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, but then that explains to me is a case in point. Now he, your grandfather, building the fence was living by example. So because of what he
correct.
was doing and not asking you to help him build the fence.
Yeah, right. But that's I mean, in my side, what I was trying to say is like that's not like me. Nah, I know how to do it. Because
Mm,
I kind of admitted to the fact that if I don't know something, I don't know something.
right.
Kids
Yeah.
nowadays,
I
it just
also see what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
kids nowadays seem to have a hard time admitting like there's something wrong with admitting that you don't know anything.
No, because back in the days we didn't have cell phones and it was pounded down to us that you don't know anything. Pabalik na ako, paalis ka pa lang. Paalis ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. Have you
Yun
heard
na
of
nga.
that?
Yeah, I've heard of that. My dad used to say that to me.
Yeah. Like you're just about to leave port and I'm already on my way back.
And that's what makes it harder for a lot of the teenagers nowadays because they think that they know everything, and by that meaning they're lacking experiences.
It's funny, this question popped up in my head a while ago and I wasn't sure where and if and how we're going to be able to fit this on the discussion, if at
Ah,
all tonight. But I was thinking, like, if there was a piece of advice that your grandfather or your dad, actually your dad more specifically, but your dad or your grandfather gave you a piece of advice that you would share to your son. So what I mean is it's good advice that you actually want to share to your son, because we're complaining about bad advice right now or anything that we're thinking
mhm,
like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But is
right.
there something that you would sort of pass on to your son?
Yeah. Learn, be humble, and that you don't know everything.
Oh, you, and so same, already on topic of what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Because to be honest with you, that's what my dad said to me. You need to be humble because you don't know everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it in obviously in a way where, and which is what in the same way I'm trying to tell my son that it's impossible for us to know everything. Life is about learning. We learn everything, and through that, we build our life. Right. So it's something that was installed to me, and I've kind of, unfortunately, in my life, though, I learned later on in life in regards to that. You know, I literally went through my 20s and my early 30s and my teens having experiences after experiences, bad experiences, good experiences, and learning from them. You know,
Mm.
and now it's just hard to give that to kids nowadays.
But wala, I don't know where I heard it or how true this is, but you just do your thing. You just try to lead by example. And if they follow, great. If they don't, too bad. Not your
Yeah,
loss.
right. It's easy to say that, but we live in a world right now or a time where you know what? Fuck. Sometimes kids just these generations don't have a whole lot of options in regards to life itself. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's getting tough.
Or
Where I live right now. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get full social security when I get older. but it doesn't look like their generation is going to have any kind of help or or whatever when they get old.
I don't
In a
know.
way, sorry, before I lose my train of thought here, in a way, I'm installing what I'm trying to install because I don't want them to go through what I went through, but at the same time, I want them to go through what I went through to be able to learn.
I wonder if they feel overwhelmed by the availability of all the information.
It's so funny you said that because, and to be honest with you, it's one of the discussions I had with my son.
Mm.
It's the overwhelming information that prevents them to make a decision, even a simple decision on what they want to do in life.
Does he admit that he's
Yes,
actually having
he had admitted that to me himself that he doesn't he
lost you?
kind of inform or with because there's so many options now will you know
You got cut out, but yeah, I think I got
did
the
you
gist of what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah sorry I keep getting
you have
cut off again.
bad internet. Are you in the Philippines or something? It seems like you have a poor internet connection.
I'm outside right now in the balcony or whatever,
Well,
and
the way my dad would say it was, you just do as many experiences as you can, and then you just try to choose from there. Like you can't make a decision if you don't have any information, and you can't get the information if you don't have the experience.
that's where the question lies. Experiences are not being taken because
Right.
there's too many
So
options.
then you'd have to explain that, or at least show that. Like,
Right,
see,
right.
now that you touch the frying pan, now you know that you're not supposed to touch the frying pan.